Okay. So I'm here at PAX East 2016, and I'm interviewing a group of some very interesting people making a very interesting game involving caterpillars. Let's start with you, Cassie. Could you tell us a bit about your role on the team?
I was very lucky to have these to allow me to do the writing for them, and that's basically all that I do, unfortunately.
Hey, I'm the level designer and game designer of She Remembered Caterpillars, and I'm doing the puzzles.
And I work on all the aesthetics, all the illustrations for the game.
Very cool. So now, for folks at home, could you tell them a little bit more about the game?
I think David should do this one.
I think Daniel should do it.
So it's a color-based puzzle game amid a kind of strange story, love relation, or parental relationship between daughter and father. And your goal in the game is to move characters across obstacles, solve the puzzles, and reveal the story that far very slowly.
That's a very interesting premise. Now, I have to ask, are the characters caterpillars?
No, the caterpillars are obstacles for the characters. The characters are bipeds, cute bipeds.
Okay, so not really any specific species, just cute little dudes. Okay. So now another thing I have to ask is, who came up with this game?
Well, I came up with this game 3 years ago in college. It started out as a jump and run game, and I kept involving puzzle mechanics in the game. And at some point, no jump run elements were left, and we were ready to go with She Remembered Caterpillars.
Very nice, very nice. Now, I know that. So, are you guys the entire team, or do you have more people working with you?
The entire team also consists of a composer and a sound designer and an animator. It's quite an international team. Cass is Malay, but she lives in London. We both live in Germany. Our sound designers do that too. Our animator is from Israel.
Very nice. Now I have to ask, how long have all of you guys been in the game industry?
Oh God, I guess including my journalism works for 5-6 years now. I'm getting old, jeez.
It's my first real project in the game industry.
Yeah. This is my second game. I'd say I'm in the game industry about 6-7 years maybe.
Now, are you able to tell the folks at home what your first game was, or is it a secret?
My first game is Symmetrain. It's restore the symmetry kind of game. Restore the symmetry in the sense of find the missing object. It's on iOS. It's a weird game.
Okay. Okay, it's weird. Maybe a weird game, but there are a lot of people out there who love games that are, weird. So I think there's a market for everything these days. So now, what have been some of the biggest challenges of making this game?
I'm going to be totally honest here by getting my writing done between all my other responsibilities, and they will agree that part of the challenge is them getting their emails through to me.
The biggest challenge for me was definitely to produce a clean game, which I never done before. I never did polishing and all kinds of getting things together.
And as for me, finding a aesthetic that fits the game, or that I feel secure and confident with, and that's not also always easy.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, finding an aesthetic that just works, But yeah, there's a lot of work involved to making a game together. Now, what are your favorite parts of game development?
My favorite parts of game development. Great. These are questions I'm not prepared for. Seeing it happen, I guess if you want to use a cliche terminology, when I started writing a script, I had a vague idea of how this fungi punk world would work. And I sent just a pile of words to Daniel, and I kept seeing him iterating on it, changing and just adapting it. And it's just kind of miraculous to see how the existing vision of the game kind of flowed and transitioned into something that was a combination about my ideas and their ideas as well. So probably that.
My favorite part of game development is sitting together with my co-workers and drink coffee.
that's a good thing, really, for me too. Like every 2 weeks we meet and have breakfast together with my family. This is a very good part. But for me, there's always a certain point when things come together, like story and aesthetic and programming, and suddenly everything comes to life. And it's like magic. You've created something, and suddenly it's not just visual, but you can interact with it. That's the magic of game development for me.
Very cool. So now I have one more question. I ask everybody this. You're not prepared for this one, I bet. What is your favorite game of all time?
I'm going to let Daniel answer first.
I honestly cannot answer that one because it always depends on like what I'm looking for at the moment in terms of inspiration, maybe. I don't have a favorite game. There's too many good ones.
I'm totally unprepared for this question, but I'd like to mention Hitman Go as a really good game.
Maybe this was a hard question. A little easier. What games do you like that you would say have inspired what you're working on?
Games have been inspiration. Oh God. I'm going to do a shout out to Wadjet Eye Games. The Blackwell trilogy have been a huge inspiration. The Monkey Island games from LucasArts. So I would say most of my inspirations will come from the old point-and-click adventure games and new point-and-click adventure games that evoke point-and-click adventure games. God, I use that word too much.
Since I stumbled across the game mechanic by accident, there kind of is no inspiration, but I kept looking at Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go really closely and like compared things I could do better to get closer to the level of perfection of those games.
As for me, in terms of aesthetic, I like to look at games that do things like visually different. I find I'm a big fan of Simogo games, like Beat Sneak Bandit. That was really great because it veers of like an aesthetic that's it's not a pixel game. There's no 3D, and it's like really unique in its visual development.
Very interesting. It's neat to see like the variety of stuff that's influenced each member of your team, you know? Like you don't expect to hear those games going together, but they all culminate into something really awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys, and now for the folks at home, where can they find out more about your game?
You can find out more at jumpsuitentertainment.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at the Jumpsuits.
Very cool. Now, suppose people want to follow you individually on Twitter. Where do they go?
I'm Daniel Goffin. It's you can find us via Jumpsuits.
I'm David Priemer.
Cass Khaw.
At Cass Khaw. You heard it here, folks. Follow these cool people on Twitter and check out their awesome games. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Hope you enjoy your PAX.